Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Warzone Jones coming right back at you. MMA related topic video. Just got to watching Ultimate Fight Night, which was main eventing, of course, Rafael Dos Anjos versus Donald Cerrone. Was a pretty good night of fights. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I saw it because I saw some pretty good, interesting matchups and really good, entertaining fights. Haven't watched the Ultimate Fight Night in quite some time, and you probably, if you watch my channel for MMA videos, you're probably wondering why come I'm not reviewing these Ultimate Fight Nights. Well, because sometimes I just I'll forget to record them, or I just not really that interested in them. But this one I definitely was very interested in, so that's why I'm gonna review it. So we're gonna start off with the first fight of the night, which was a women's fight, which was a pretty damn good fight, which was Randa Marcos versus Carolina. I cannot say her last name. I'm not even going to try to butcher this woman's last name, especially since she is the winner. So I'm just going to say congratulations to Carolina. Unfortunately, I cannot get your last name. I don't want to butcher your last name, but it was a pretty damn good women's fight. Second fight was another fight that I was really interested in seeing, which was Michael Johnson versus, of course, Nate Diaz. Pretty good brawl. Both these guys were striking. They were trying to knock each other out right since the beginning of the round. First round, it's a toss-up. I can't really tell who really won the round. It's a toss-up. Maybe it went to Michael, or maybe it went to Nate Diaz, but it was a toss-up. But in the second round, both guys was going back and forth again, but Nate Diaz was starting to win a little bit more as that second round was getting ready to close. So Nate Diaz, I would say, definitely took that second round. He was landing punches, but at the same time, Michael Johnson was also landing punches. But at the end, in the third round, Nate Diaz, I would definitely say, just outstruck him completely. Like, he was just landing punch after punch after punch. And eventually, Nate Diaz wins the fight. So, yes, it was a very good, entertaining fight. Both guys were landing punches. They were landing really good combinations. Nate Diaz, he landed a real good combination. He landed a 1-2 combination. And then after he did that 1-2, he did another 1-2 immediately after that. So, it was a real good fight. Like, both these guys look good, real good brawl. Nate Diaz definitely wins, and when he won, he went for a leg lock for some reason. I'm not really understanding why he went for a leg lock after the bell, but Michael Johnson was definitely trying to kick him off of him. And as he won, he's getting ready to get interviewed, do his little post-fight victory interview, and can't even tell exactly what he said because he was clearly saying a bunch of things that they cannot air on TV because they censored it. So if we didn't hear what he said, you can guess and try to think about what he had quite possibly said. But he tried to say some more, and Joe Rogan didn't let him. He didn't let him do it because he said completely too much. I'm pretty sure he said a whole bunch of swear words and a whole bunch of things that will probably actually get him suspended or quite possibly kicked out of the UFC. But moving on, which was another fight that I've been wanting to see from quite some time, which was Junior Dos Santos versus Alistair Overeem. I've been wanting to see this fight, ever since it was first supposed to have happened about 2 or 3 years ago. And sometimes this fight will it'll be on, and all of a sudden for some reason it'll be off. Maybe a fighter had pulled out because of an injury or something. But we finally got this fight. Pretty good fight. Now, it probably wasn't the brawl that a lot of people would have hoped it would have been, like between Nick Diaz and Michael Johnson. But no, it definitely was still a pretty good fight. These guys you can tell they was taking their time. They took their time with their strikes. They planned carefully. They fought with a whole lot of caution because they know that each other is dangerous. Junior Dos Santos can knock him out, can knock Alistair Overeem out at any point during a fight. He's a great boxer. He has a lot of power. Alistair Overeem, he can knock Junior Dos Santos out at any time, any point in a fight. He's a really strong striker himself. And that's exactly what Alistair Overeem does. Alistair Overeem knocks out Junior Dos Santos in the second round. He did a really good left hook. I think his name. I'm sorry, I literally lost my train of thought right there, and I stuttered a little bit. But Junior throws a punch, he throws a jab, and Alistair Overeem was able to basically counter that. He moved his head out of the way, and then he comes in with a left hook, and when he hit him with that left hook, bam, he goes down. He goes down immediately. Junior Dos Santos goes down, and after that, Alistair Overeem is all over him, giving him punches, hammer fists, and the referee stops the fight. He's seen enough. And of course, Junior Dos Santos definitely wasn't happy about that, but Alistair Overeem definitely did win this fight. Would he get a title shot next? Don't know. Let's see. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Maybe he got to beat someone else. But the fight was still pretty damn good. Junior Dos Santos was trying to do spin kicks for some reason. I think he knocked somebody out with a spin kick, if I'm not mistaken. But, he was trying to do spin kicks. He tried to do one in the first round. He tried to literally load up and do it. But he couldn't really get it off because, Alistair Overeem called him. And on top of that, the bell did ring. And he did it in the second round, missed. And he just got basically countered. He got countered by Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem is a very good striker. So, Alistair Overeem is your winner. Next, the main event of the night, Rafael Dos Anjos versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone for the championship belt. The lightweight title was definitely on the line. And guess what? This fight wasn't long. It was real quick. This was a quick fight. Donald Cerrone loses by KO. Unfortunately, he got kicked to the body, and when he took that body shot, he couldn't recover. He tried, he really did try, but Rafael Dos Anjos, or was it Rafael Dos Anjos? Dos Anjos was just all over him. As soon as he gave him that body shot, I wanted to see Cerrone get out of there, but unfortunately, it definitely didn't happen. Dos Anjos is still the lightweight champion, and that's how that night ends. This was a pretty damn good night of fights. UFC on Fox Sports Net. This was definitely a real good night of fights. So I am glad I saw this card. So if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'm out. Deuces.